name of the new chapter we are going to study is Making a Living. So what does making a living mean? Children, you know that we need money for everything, right? Everything means to buy food, to buy clothes and all the other basic necessities of life, medicines or any other basic necessity. So the means by which we get this money is called making a living. The means by which we are earning amount, a salary, is known as making a living. So there are different methods of making a living. So these different methods are known as occupations. So these occupations are classified into three sectors. Primary sector consists of those activities where people are engaged in extracting or harvesting things from the Mother Earth. So what is the major activity that involves extracting activities from the earth? See, as we know, the major activity is agriculture, right? That is cultivating the crops. So farmers do the agriculture. Their occupation is agriculture. They cultivate the crops, different types of crops like cereals, pulses, vegetables, fruits, etc. They grow the plants and harvest them, and then those fruits of the harvest will be sold in the market. Then next comes mining. Mining means, coal. Coal is extracted from the surface of the earth. Not only coal, there are other minerals also, iron ore, granite. All these are extracted from the earth by digging the earth, and then we go and sell this coal, iron ore, granite in the market, and then people make a living by selling these metals, minerals, etc. Then there is forestry. People go and cut the wood from the forest and sell it in the market for the manufacturing of furniture, paper, etc. So forests also grow on the surface of the earth, right? So here also we are extracting wood from the surface of the earth. So that is how we are making a living, by extracting things or harvesting things from the earth. Next comes the secondary sector. So secondary sector involves those activities which convert raw materials to manufactured goods. For example, cotton plant. Cotton plant is produced by the farmer. Same way, stainless steel is the raw material, right? Stainless steel will be converted into a modified shape known as car. So in this image you can see car is being made from the stainless steel. So here stainless steel and car is the final finished product. So in the secondary sector, it involves those activities in which raw materials are being converted into manufactured final products. See students, the next sector is tertiary sector. So tertiary sector involves those activities that provide services to the people. So what do we mean by services to the people? Healthcare services, for example. Healthcare services means hospitals, clinics, which involve both government hospitals as well as the private hospitals. Then transportation systems, rural livelihoods. So rural livelihoods means people living in the rural areas. Rural areas, when I talk about rural areas or when I say the word rural areas, it means that people living in villages. You all know it, right? Agriculture is the most common occupation in the rural areas. Their main occupation is agriculture. They depend on farming practice. So majority of the people living in the rural livelihoods depend on agriculture for making a living. Then apart from the agriculture, people in the rural areas also work as some other professions also. For example, they are involved in teaching, pottery. See, as shown in this image, we know that pots are made from the clay soil, right? So people of the villages make pots from the clay. These pots can be used for storing the water. And then people are always also involved in machining, shopkeeping, that is selling the groceries, and carpenter works. Carpenter works means making furniture from the wood. So these are So farming is the major activity by which people make a living. So farmers are always classified into three types. The first type is the large farmer. Large farmer, as the name suggests, he owns large tracts of land. That means the area of the land which he owns is very big, and he uses modern technology for all his farming practices. What do we mean by using the modern technology? Modern technology means using of machines rather than the hands, like tractors, harvesting machines and chemical fertilizers. How do these benefit the farmer? They increase the yield of the farm. What do we mean by yield of the farm? Yield means nothing but the quantity of the fruit which they have produced, or the quantity of the seed what they have produced. And because these farmers own a large area of land, they are a bit on the rich side of the society. That is the reason they do not work on their own fields. They employ others for the work of their fields. They are like the owners, and they employ some other farmers to work on their fields. And these farmers grow many of the cash crops. Cash crops means cotton and sugarcane. So now you have understood about the large farmers. Marginal farmers. These are the second group of farmers. They till their land with the help of their own hands. They till their land with the help of their own hands or with the help of animals. So as you see in this image, the land is being sown with the help of animals. So either they plow the land with their own hands or otherwise with the help of animals. And these farmers grow the food crops. Food crops means cereals and pulses. And sometimes these farmers also go and work on their other farms. That means they go and work on the other farms to fetch more amount. Landless farmers. That means these farmers are below the middle class category, do not have their own land. So what do? They go and work on other people's land. For example, landless farmers go and work on the large farmers' lands to make a living, to make some amount, to earn some salary. So they work on other people's land to make a living. And sometimes what they do, they form a group like this as shown in this image. And then they go to metropolitan cities and meet the concerned government officials, and then they request the government to give them some land in charity so that they can do their own farming practices rather than practicing the farming in others' lands.